I don't have the bio of the next speaker because it's me. Yeah. Welcome to my speech. Your part. By the way, I like the flowers. You know, I'm not a professional public speaker. I don't have much experience. And neither do I have experience in making presentations, which is why my first slide is a blank slide. There's nothing. It's my first slide, for real. Now, you know, I watched some TEDx's and got that in order to make a TED talk, you know, give a speech, you have to walk like a wise man, like a truly intelligent person, and have some slides, you know, diagrams, maybe some images, pictures. So let's try it out. I found some random images from the internet and put them right here. I will walk like a professional so that you kind of think that I know what I'm doing right now. And I can put another picture of a cute puppy. But then, you know, in order to go a bit fancy, I can find a random slide on the internet and show you a random diagram so that, you know, there is a condition that, you know, that I'm trying to explain something statistically. There's a pyramid. And, you know, then I ran out of ideas and material, so I continue with the images. This skipper just eating Cheetos. And we can, you know, make the fun part like. So, okay. He's also having lunch. He just had a tough day. But, you know, after all of this, there's a question. Why does this thing seem kind of amusing? It may be funny for someone, or maybe not. And no. Today, we're going to answer those questions. And, you know, to make a quick plan, we'll understand where humor originates, who or what the humor is, and why we need humor. And before the last part, we'll just make a quick exception, and I'll just teach you how to make good jokes. So wait for that. Okay, so let's start. Where humor originates, where it is. And if we're talking about where you can have fun, where you can meet people with humor, with a good sense of humor, you can go to any TEDx talk related to humor or something funny, or maybe any concert with some quick elements of humor. But when we're talking about the actual process of analyzing jokes, something funny, striatum can be your answer. So it's a small part in your brain, and according to recent studies, when two serious people see something funny or make jokes like a chicken with Hulk's arms, your dorsal striatum analyzes how funny the joke is, and along with your ventral striatum, yeah, I know it's like too much scientific vocabulary, but we'll just wait for it. We'll get rid of that. You will regulate your reaction. It may be a smile, it may be something laughing, or maybe the joke is just too funny for you. So that is why not all jokes make you laugh out loud. Why the jokes of that one class clown can make you burst out laughter right in the middle of the class. Now, what was my next slide? So we're done with that. As I said, I will teach you how to make jokes and make things go funnier. And what's the strategy? Like many people might think it just depends on the context, maybe your talents, backgrounds. It does. But for people like you and me who don't know how to make jokes correctly, there has been a study at Pearl, human research, if I'm not mistaken, that there is a structure called B9 violation theory. So what it says is that if you take a violation and make it B9, then it becomes a joke. Now, before you go and rob the bank, let me clarify. A violation is not always something bad. It's just Violation is just something that is not normal, that may be strange or weird, that does not fit the standards, social, ethical, maybe aesthetical. And let's make a quick example. So, touching someone naturally is not something funny, right? It's a violation. It's strange. You do not normally go and touch a random stranger on the street, right? Or do you? I hope not. So, but if you go and tickle them, which is still a violation, they won't laugh. But if you go and tickle your best friend, he will probably laugh or just say, bro, it just does not look what it should look like. Okay, so what's the meaning of this? The same jokes may work with certain people, but may not work with others. And here is our next important rule. Distance matters. And what's the distance? You know, benign violation theory is a simple thing. You just take a violation and make it benign. And you know, the way you make it benign can be a little bit complicated. So you need to adjust the distance. And distance is measured by different things. So in our case with tickling, when you approach a stranger, you don't know them, and neither do they you. So there is a long distance between you and that one person you're tickling, and they may even call the police. So, but in the case of your friend, you're kind of close. So the distance, which is measured by how close you are with the person in terms of relationships, is short. So the joke works out, and it becomes funny. And you know, if okay, let's say I'm a regular guy in a normal outfit. It's normal. But not a joke. It's not a violation. And can you please bring me my suitcase?
No.
I came with a suitcase.
No.
Okay. So I need the suitcase. So okay, you know, even if I approach the audience and ask questions, that's kind of normal. But if I you know, talk to you in a rude way, it becomes a violation. Because you don't normally shout at people for no reason. But if I shout at my friend, it's normal. Because the distance is close. I know my friend, and so does he know me. So I've got a shorter distance, so the joke works out. So you kind of understand the whole structure, right? So you just get something that does not fit the norms, and you kind of adjust the distance. But you know, distance should not always be short. You actually have to make it longer at certain times. So, and that is usually measured with the timeline. We cannot make jokes about the ongoing wars, right? It will just be a violation and not a joke, because it's something serious that does have a death toll and maybe, you know, ethically inappropriate to talk about in public. But if you make jokes about the Titanic, about World War II, that works out because you know there's a long distance. So you're keeping distance, you're distant from that action, that kind of event. So you can make jokes about that. We usually make jokes about that. We usually have like a lot of memes related to past events. So you know, making jokes is not something just funny for entertainment. It's science. People literally learn humor, making jokes, the art of making jokes. Now you may be thinking, what's the meaning of all of this? You know, TEDx talks are meant to be educational, not just entertaining. And there is a interesting backstory to the topic of this talk. Believe it or not, in the secondary school, like between 4th and 6th classes, I used to get bullied every day. I would go to school and come back in tears. But then I met some good guys. So, you know, it was partly due to my social anxiety and socialization problems. And I understood that I don't want other people to feel the same way. And I'm striving to help other teenagers or people of any ages who are having certain problems with communication and socialization. And you know, humor links people. Well, remember all your best moments with your friends, with your family members, relatives, acquaintances. You make jokes. And you know, and that aspect of your conversations spices things up in almost every case. So if you have learned something about making jokes, about the entire art of humor, then I'll be only happy. Again, I'm Abduqaxxorov Abdurahim. Thank you. Take care.